Do you like running around in circles? How about spending money? No? Big titty anime waifus wearing porn star attire, screaming whilst massacring hundreds of creatures in seconds? Yeah, that can be fun. How about casinos? You ever been to one? No need, this game's got you covered. Giant open world, life skills, get on a big fucking ship and sail across the ocean. Fun game awards, open world PvP, My Little Pony Simulator, 3 different optional sub-fees, castle sieges, world bosses, player housing, random number generation. Spend 500 hours grinding with absolutely nothing to show for it. Pay for convenience. Black Desert Online for years has been one of the most polarizing games in the MMORPG space. Some people absolutely despise it, whilst for others, it's the only game they play.
Because they're fucking addicted.
This piece of shit game cost me more money and time than I'd like to admit, but it also gave me some of my best MMO memories from the past 10 years. BDO is like a toxic relationship that you can't leave because the sex is sometimes good and you've invested too much time and money. Recently, the game dropped a brand new expansion with a new class, new zone, and other stuff, so I jumped back in to see if it's any good. Dragon Raja. It's a massively popular open world MMO on mobile that lets you create your dream waifu, drive motorbikes and cars, block traffic, shoot some hoops, team up with friends to take down massive bosses, and build your ideal home with the best player housing I've ever seen on mobile. And now it's the perfect time to jump in as a new player or return to the game if you've played before. Dragon Raja has just launched the biggest welcome and return event in the game's history. New and existing players get a big progression boost with a lot of XP, gold, orange quality gear, level 11 gems, limited outfits and more. This event is for a limited time only though, so don't miss out, download and claim those rewards right now. Dragon Raja has had a lot of updates since it first launched. The newest update introduces an 11th playable class called the Floromancer, new story, new PvE challenges, new events and much more. In addition, the game also allows you to be a chef, a superstar, open your own shop, become an in-game photographer, PvP with other players, customize vehicles, and even get married. This game has something for everyone, and it's now available to download on PC too. So click the link in the description below to download Dragon Raja and use the coupon codes for exclusive rewards. Download now. Starting out, I jumped onto the global test server where I made a max level character for the new class called Dracana. Bit of a weird name, but apparently in the lore she has the power of dragons inside of her. If it wasn't for the preview armor though, you wouldn't be able to tell. She looks like every other female character in the game and her abilities are mostly electricity. I guess she's more of a blue eyes white dragon kinda girl. I logged into a level 1 Dracana to check out the newly updated new player experience. This time you start in the city of Duvenkroon rather than Velia, which didn't make a whole lot of sense to me considering all the monsters in this region are fairly high level. I started out with the usual talk to NPC and spam R key, then a cutscene with mediocre voice acting.
Come to the haven of slumbering origin at the mountain of eternal winter.
This new class has a costume on by default. What does its normal armor look like without the costume? Fucking cool sword. She reminds me of like a Lost Ark paladin, but female. You can really feel the weight behind her sword slashes. I actually think her sword looks cooler without the skin. The skin's a little bit too much. Next, we met a little furry fox humanoid who introduced himself by breaking the third wall.
Why is no one taking my quest? Is the reward not substantial enough?
So, brand new player starting experience. Immediately we're running about 200 miles an hour. Same speed as a horse. Probably going to confuse new players a little bit, isn't it? It's been about 1.5 years since I last played Black Desert at this point. I was really getting the BDO itch about 3 months ago. Like really considering coming back to the game because I wasn't maining any MMOs at the time. But then Lost Ark came out and it kind of scratched a similar kind of itch. But now I've been playing Lost Ark for 2 months, I miss third-person MMOs again. So, kinda getting the BDO/New World itch again. I just love being immersed in massive open-world third-person MMOs, really. After running from NPC to NPC, smashing that R key, I eventually arrived at the new snowy zone, the Mountain of Eternal Winter. And honestly, my first impressions were a bit lackluster. Visually, the environment looks exactly the same as the other zones during the winter seasonal events. I saw a lot of reused assets, a lack of interesting points of interest in the distance, and questing through this place was mind-numbing. This new player experience has been a bit bizarre so far. I've just run from NPC to NPC, talking to them, haven't done any combat in about 15 minutes of questing and playing the game. If I was a brand new player to Black Desert, I don't think I'd be overly impressed. About 20 minutes into the new player experience, I'm finally going to get the chance to fight something. A bit weird. Let's get the chance to check out this new class. I love the animations of this class. You can really feel the weight of her weapon. It feels so heavy. Like pretty much every class in BDO, expertly animated. I don't know if I just remember Black Desert as being a better looking game than it actually is, but I really wasn't impressed with the visuals of the new zone. Dude, am I on max graphics? Or does the game look more outdated nowadays? Like, what? High remastered. Seriously? I remember the game having better graphics than this. Maybe it's because I'm in the snowy area and things in the distance just look really low res. Visually, this snowy area looks kind of worse than all of the other zones, honestly. Just look at the mountains in the distance. It looks super low res. It's the first time I've came back to Black Desert and not really been blown away by the graphics. Eventually, the game introduced me to the first unique BDO quest I've seen in years, a stealth quest. Basically, just crouch and don't stand in the giant red circles from the mobs. Not too hard, but I still managed to fuck it up somehow. Honestly, the rest of this new player experience MSQ was so fucking boring that I don't want to talk about it anymore. There's hardly any combat, just run around autopathing to NPCs, spamming R, and watch a cutscene every now and again. It felt like a mobile game, and I couldn't stop complaining about it during the recording of this video, but thankfully my editor has cut all of that out. This whole alternate new player experience has been incredibly boring so far. It feels weird, man. Fuck me. It's like I'm playing a mobile game. That's what it feels like. I'm gonna get a carpal tunnel soon. Like, they've literally designed something worse than what they had years ago. Well, why? Just press R with my other hand. My left hand's starting to fucking hurt. It feels like I've been masturbating for about 6 days. I just want to stop playing. I just fucking don't care. I hate this game so much. Oh my, this just, I fucking don't want to play anymore. It's fucking shit. Typically, each BDO expansion comes with a new city with new assets and a new vibe. The new city Eelton, added with the Mountain of Eternal Winter, looks like an outpost reusing old assets. It made me start to question if BDO is on maintenance mode, or Pearl Abyss have lowered it significantly on their list of priorities. Jeez, floor texture's taking a while to load. Hello, floor texture? Where you at? That's fine, floor texture, don't worry, you can have a vacation today. So whilst it's daytime and not snowing, let's take a little tour of this new city in the snowy region. I don't know if you can even call it a city really, it's really small, it's almost like an outpost. It doesn't feel like it's added a whole lot of new environmental assets to the game, it's a lot of reused stuff with snow on top. A bit disappointed really. Definitely not as interesting as Odraxia. That was a really cool place. If you're a new player, I would advise against choosing the Mountain of Eternal Winter as a starting experience. It was actually more boring than the standard BDO leveling experience in my opinion. It was just running from NPC to NPC, lots of talking, hardly any combat. It felt like one of those forgettable quest lines that you would just speed through if you've already got a max level character. At this point, I got sick of my own voice complaining about the game, so I jumped onto the level 62 Dracana to check out some of the high-end grind spots. And honestly, I think this is the first time I've played a new class in BDO and haven't been blown away. To me, the Dracana feels like a combination of Dark Knight and something else. I felt like I'd already played this class before. Maybe they've just released too many new classes at this point. Maybe there's some reused animations or something, I'm not sure. It just didn't wow me like a new BDO class usually does. The new class is okay, it's nothing special. I mean, most classes in Black Desert are fairly cool. I don't really think the game even needs new classes at this point. It just seems like something they do to bait existing players into trying it out and buying costumes, to be honest. It's not really something that's going to make the game better. If anything, it probably just results in the PvP being less balanced. with new classes being such a big part of their business model. I logged into the live servers for the first time in over 18 months, and I'd forgotten how good some of my character names were. Krabs, TheLazyPeon, Pylite, Anime Sword, Optimism. That's such a good name. I can't remember any of these character names. Dogecoin. How the hell did I get Dogecoin as a character name for my Sage? Game looks good. Beautiful lighting coming over there. Sunset, Mr. Krabs, handsome man. Wait, where are the players at? Oh, yeah, I forget. This is a channel-based game. Fuck me. I'm on Olvia servers. I set up my character and learned that 2 new gear slots had been added to the game for something known as artifacts. Doesn't seem to change a whole lot really, just extra stats. I had a quick look at the cash shop. Oh, it's for alchemy. That actually looks pretty fucking cool. Sleepless Sun. Wow. That's actually pretty cool. That is one big hat. They haven't had many new costumes, have they? I've just been rocking this since launch. It's one of the best ones, but the new one's pretty cool. What is that? Oh yes, this is the one. That just screams wizard, doesn't it? Then I went to do some grinding to remember how to play my class. Oh wait, what? Why is the sky gone all dark and murky? I've never seen this weather effect before. Is that because we're on an Elvia realm? Just try and remember how to play this class. It all comes back to you pretty quickly. Imp trainers and fighters go berserk and will now chase further. So these grind spots are becoming a little bit more dynamic than they used to be. At least they're trying to innovate with the grind spots rather than it just being a static run around in circles kind of thing. A somewhat recent addition to BDO is Elvia Realms. This basically turns old grind spots in starting regions such as Serendia to endgame spots with enraged mobs and more dynamic grind mechanics on certain channels. My boy Black Spirit wanted to talk to me. I spammed the R key for ages and he puked rewards all over my face, including starter artifacts. I also had a crap load of RNG boxes and rewards to claim too, so that left my inventory nice and clogged up. On top of all that, I got a pop-up for a new UI menu called the Progression Pass. When I first saw it, I assumed it was some kind of paid battle pass thing, but it's not. It just gives you a bunch of tasks with incremental rewards, eventually leading up to you getting a piece of pen armor and pen weapon for free. Decent catch-up system for new players, it seems. Okay, I've had enough of grinding. So if I switch to a non-Elvia realm, is the sky normal? Yes, it is. Nice, blue, colourful skies. I don't really like playing on the Elvia realm. I don't like the sky being all dark and depressing. It's quite miserable. I like my grind spots happy and colourful. The last time I played BDO, I turned into a real life skill Care Bear. So I went back to revisit some of the spots I used to spend gathering for hours. Life in BDO isn't too bad if you just want to chill out, play the economy game and set up your node empire whilst making a good honest living. Sure, you're still running around in circles one way or another, but these circles feel different. They're the kind of circles where you've got the time to look around, get immersed in the world, and smack the sausage to your favourite Nier Automata hentai on the second monitor. My character's got 2 different effects around him. It looks like he smells really good, but really bad at the same time. It's kind of ironic. The MMO of the best combat out there, the thing I enjoy the most about it is clicking on plants and animals. It's quite funny really, isn't it? Oh great, I'm fucking stuck into the mount again. Oh, I forgot how fun sailing was. Okay, nice auto-pathing. Yeah, that's something I do not miss about bartering. Oh, the boats in this game are a fucking mess. Just get stuck in overlapping boats that are all on top of each other. And you just want to jump to shore. What am I looking at? Look at my screen. It was time I tested my luck to get that tier 9 Pegasus of my dreams. Succeeding this would flood my brain with dopamine, potentially hooking me back into the game. Dream Horse Awakening, let's go. Good luck. We go again. 2.8% success rate is so low. failing tier 9 was probably a blessing in disguise. At this point, I didn't really know what to do, so I went to check out one of the best solo grind spots in the game, Elvia Realm Orcs. Apparently you can make between 250 and 800 mil per hour here, depending on your gear. Okay, I can actually kill him. Ooh, fucking hell, dying. Power of light is now sufficient to purify the black energy for a certain period of time. Interesting. Okay. Oh no! Ooh. What happened? I just got fucking wrecked. And I lost 2 RBF crystals. A mystery knight has appeared. What is going on here? The grind spot's like flashing weird colours. That's interesting. Oh my god, dude, they're fucking wrecking me. Are they empowered? Oh, run away. Hit me too hard, almost one-shot me. At this point, I decided to revisit one of my favourite pastimes in BDO from back in the day. Horsing the fuck out of random people. Oh, come on. Yes. Oh, I love it. I've missed that so much. That's the best thing about BDO. It's a little lolly girl on her horse. Nay, nay, motherfucker. Another one. Oh, this person's not AFK. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm such a dick. But that was the most fun I've had since I've started playing this game again. Their name was Resistances. Shame they didn't have any resistance to horse. Oh, this person's got their own horse wagon. Little do they know they're being tailed by a bandit. They just turned it around. Oh wait, don't hunt my horse. Let's catch this one. Oh, I'm being hunted. Oh yes, and again. Oh, it's glorious. It's the best content in Black Desert. Oh no, I got horsed myself. Oh no, my horse. My horse. No. We lost our horse, but we didn't lose our pride. PvP players rejoice. After all these years, there's a new point capture RBF added to BDO set in Valencia City. Of course, to even step foot inside without getting one-tapped, you're going to want to have close to hard-capped gear, which is months of grinding. Sorry new players, this one's not for you, as I very quickly discovered with my pathetic 624 gear score wizard. In all fairness, Black Desert has added some decent content to the game over the past few years, such as more difficult PvE content and dungeons, but nothing that fundamentally would make someone who quit the game in the past want to come back. Here's a list of dead content currently in the game. My editor has played Black Desert religiously since launch. Hayden, in your opinion, sum up the state of Black Desert in a few words.
BDO is a game that looks amazing from the outside, but the deeper you look, the more you realize how shallow and superficial everything is. The endless neglect for balance by the developers made PvP almost unplayable, and beside for one dungeon, the PvE is not challenging at all, so you end up mindlessly running around on one spot for hundreds of hours on end.
So yeah, the game isn't in a great spot right now. Basically grind for 1,000 hours to maybe have a bit of fun in an endgame where the fun you get out of it isn't worth the time you put in. Things I like about BDO: fun combat, well-designed life skill and node system, big open world, anime bobber, nice graphic. Things I dislike: pay to win, infinite grind, declining player base, so many UI pop-ups you feel like you've got malware installed, non-existent class balance, even if you get max gear the endgame is dead so the grind is pointless, create problem to sell solution, half of the game's content is dead and forgotten. Quick look at the BDO Steam reviews, 73 to 76% mostly positive. Everything I've said in this video is wrong and debunked. Don't listen to me, read the reviews for yourself and definitely play the game. I'm sure you won't regret it. Hope you enjoyed the video, follow me on social media, leave a comment for the algorithm gods, and I'll see you in the next one.